Yo, what is going on, guys? Dr. Ethan Turner with the Fantasy Headliners, and I've got a JAMARR Chase update that you guys absolutely need to hear. Let's talk about it. So if you guys watched the injury update video that I did on JAMARR Chase on Thursday, you will know that the prevailing thought at the time of this injury being announced was that JAMARR Chase was dealing with an avulsion fracture of the hip flexor muscle. But new information coming out today indicates that that is not correct. We have a new update. More info has come out on this JAMARR Chase injury, and it is way better news for everyone that owns JAMARR Chase in fantasy football. The new information tells us that it is not an avulsion fracture, but it is a fracture, a small hairline fracture in the pelvis, and he does have a hip labrum tear. Now, what does the hip labrum do? It kind of acts like a suction cup on the hip. Same thing as it does in the shoulder. The labrum works, it's soft tissue, it works as a suction cup, kind of keeps the hip in place. The good news is unlike the shoulder, the hip labrum is not the primary way that the hip kind of stays in the socket. And so while it is technically more loose than it would be if it was not compromised, there's a good chance that JAMARR Chase is going to be able to play even with a torn labrum in his hip. The other good news is that a fracture that is just a normal fracture where the bone is broken, it's not a muscle pulling the bone off like an avulsion fracture, means that we're just waiting for this bone fracture to heal, and then he should be close to 100% in terms of his mobility and flexibility, even with these two injuries. So this is way better news than what we initially reported on Thursday. This means that probably we're going to see JAMARR Chase at full strength within 4 to 6 weeks, like was initially reported, even though the injury is different. So new information, new injury, wanted to get this guy out to you guys. The team has even said, we're not putting him on IR. We're not going to rule out that this could be better in less than 4 weeks. New IR rules, only 4 weeks out, not 6 like it used to be. So the fact that they think he might even be able to will his way for his body to heal even faster than a normal healing time for a fracture of about 4 to 6 weeks, there is a chance outside, admittedly, a chance that we could see JAMARR Chase in less than 3 weeks. I'm not going to buy that. I think it's going to be about 4 weeks here, but the good news is I do think that timeline is pretty set now. With this information, we know JAMARR Chase is probably going to play through the labrum tear. It's not going to get better until he has surgery, but it's a type of surgery that he can push off into later in the year or even into the offseason, which I expect him to do if they make a run at the playoffs, which I think the Bengals could do. The offense is clicking. Still think T. Higgins, still think Tyler Boyd, going to be very startable assets. Hayden Hurst, another guy that could benefit from this injury for the next 2 or 3 weeks. But just know JAMARR Chase is not done for the year. He will be back, and he will probably be back way faster than what we initially thought when this injury news dropped. If you like this video, if you like these types of updates where I just give you an update on a specific player, please let me know in the comments. Hopefully you guys know that I'm trying to get this information out as quickly as possible, and that sometimes the information that the public gets, that we get, changes quickly. And so I'm not going to say that I was not incorrect on Thursday, but the information that I had said that it was one thing, and it turns out new information has come out and it's a totally different thing. And that is good news for fantasy players, because we want JAMARR Chase to be healthy. Everybody wants JAMARR Chase to be healthy, and the league is just better with JAMARR Chase healthy. So we love this type of news. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, get these injury update videos whenever they drop, turn on notifications so that you don't miss any update breaking news videos from the Fantasy Headliners. But that's all I got for you guys today. The doc is out.